like Fernandes. Oh! And in from Maguire! Yes! A massive leap, a massive moment. United snatch back the lead at Anfield, and the place is stunned.
I tell you what, people, the amount of times that I've been here on a Monday doing this video, what we learned, and it's been humiliation, it's been awful, the mood's been bad. Today, enjoy it, revel in it, rub it in the faces of Liverpool fans, because for the first time in 10 years, they're the ones with glum looks on their faces. Then we'll speak about what happened against Brighton. We're doing that in a couple of days' time. We're focusing on this game there first. I tell you what, if you like that intro, and I did, drop a like on the video. It's probably one of the best intros you're ever going to see on one of these lunchtime videos. Let's run through what we learned, and let's start at the very top, and let's start talking about Ruben Amorim, because I'll tell you what, his bold decisions paid off in that game, and they were bold decisions, because I guarantee your reaction to that starting 11 was quite similar to mine. A lot of, huh? Really? Maguire, De Ligt and Shaw as a back three? Delo? Dropping Šeško? Why are you doing that? Well, he explained it before the game. Maguire has a lot of experience and he can help with set pieces. Well, that's how United score the winner. Cunha has a characteristic that can help project the team forward. The ball carrying and the ball shielding from Cunha was so important in that game, and especially in the last 20 minutes. Van Dijk and Konate like confrontation in the air, so we'll give them different things. What we did was we knocked it long to them. When I was watching the game, I thought, what are we doing, man? Why do we keep knocking it long? Well, we knocked it long to them to then win the second ball. That's how the first goal came around. And United did it all game. Lamont was going overly long with his kicks, and we were trying to win the second balls, and we won the second balls. That was the biggest win in his United career so far as head coach. And it felt wonderful. It really did. It was torturous to watch, I'll be totally honest. But at the end of it, we won. And look at this. This is where we still are this early in the season, 8 games in. We're 2 points behind Liverpool. We're 1 point behind Chelsea. We're 3 points behind City. We're 6 points off top. Top 6 is the ambition this season. And we are more than on for that. But to go and do it at Anfield was a big moment. And as I said, those calls yesterday, they would have really hurt Amorim if they'd not worked. But they did work. All of them. And he deserves praise for that. If we're quick to criticise his system, we'll praise his choices when they work. And I'll tell you what, overall, the team really fought together. And it's like Gary Neville here speaking after the game, how big that victory was. And Roy Keane saying, look, we've criticised this group, but I tell you what, they did show courage. They did show a togetherness. They hung in there. When Liverpool equalised in the 77th minute, I thought we were going to lose. Because this United team typically would do that. But they turned it back around. And then they held out to the end. Ruben Amorim has spoken about the basics. And you can talk about the system all you want, ladies and gents. But ultimately, if these players don't play with that sort of intensity and aggression from the first minute, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Liverpool at Anfield or Norwich or Ipswich or anybody. Unless you play with that aggression, you're going to lose the game of football. And we had that from the first minute to the last minute against Liverpool. And as much as the system helped, I think, Van Dijk was getting dragged out of position. Kerkez and that right-hand side of ours caused him so many problems. But ultimately, it was the drive of the players. And that wasn't a game where we're going to speak about... I'm going to speak about a couple of individuals here, but it's just a team collective. It's what we want to see every week. We don't expect to win every single game, but if you play like that every week, it's like the Arsenal game. You're going to win so much more than you lose. But a couple of players I do want to focus on, and of course I'm speaking about Harry Maguire. Man, this dude is a role model. That winner, and that volley from Bruno, by the way, was disgusting. How he had the audacity to do it, I don't know. But the header from Maguire, another clutch goal to add to his collection, whether it's Lyon, whether it's Bilbao or Porto, and now Liverpool. Maguire has come up at so many different moments for United. And I did a video last week when I said that I don't think United should give him a new contract. I wonder if I'm undervaluing how much of an influence this man has in the dressing room and how much of a role model he really is. By the way, the best knee slider in the world. Need a compilation of those. But we absolutely will be watching Maguire's header back in the same way we watched Mata's goal back. We didn't win anything that season, but it's still talked about by United fans. If you score a winner at Anfield, it won't get forgotten. And this is what I mean about, I might be, when I was saying about Maguire not getting a new contract, I was speaking in kind of footballing terms. But maybe I'm underestimating the impact and him as a role model and a leader inside the dressing room and the stuff that I don't get to see, and him being at Carrington. And Ruben Amorim has struggled so much with these players and being able to perform in every single game, week in, week out. So maybe there is massive value in Maguire. And I imagine if he was to sign, it will probably be like a 1-year rolling contract, and it would be on massively reduced wages by comparison to what he's on now. I don't quite know. But he really has been an example for everyone. From where he was to where he is now, it's a hell of a redemption arc. And just congratulations to Maguire, because he deserves all the credit in the world for that. I'll tell you who else deserves credit is Senny, because he made his debut away from home for United. And in his first 2 games, it's just been everything that we've wanted from a goalkeeper, right? I said it in the live show today. The dude's just competent. Like, it's just, you've got your goalkeeper behind. Like, even when Isaac went through there, if that was Onana, I would have been like, I was watching it going, come on. Great save. He decided to stay on his line. He made himself big. He spread. It was like a De Gea save with his feet. But he's done everything that we've needed him to do. I honestly do not think it's a coincidence that Ruben Amorim has won his first 2 games in succession in the league when he's made his first 2 appearances for Manchester United. Against Sunderland, he did all the basics right. Commanded his box as well. Against Liverpool, I think he made 5 saves, but also just commanded his box at times as well. Amorim saying he showed a lot of character and quality. To do that in your first ever away game for Manchester United and at Anfield is just a testament to how well he played. And as I said earlier, as much as I want to speak about individuals in this, and I've spoken about a couple there, it's just a team collective. I could speak for a few minutes about how good Mbeumo was, how much he stretched that defence, and how much he gave Kirkes and Van Dijk, who was busy twerking and getting skinned left, right and centre, the absolute whopper. Nightmares. In the same way that I could really wax lyrical about Matheus Cunha and how much of an impact he had to the overall, I suppose, character of this United team. And again, it sounds like cliche, but cliches exist for a reason. And when you don't have them in your team, when you get examples like this, they stand out like a sore thumb, because you're thinking, why isn't everybody else playing like that? Why can't everyone else play like that? The fight that this dude has. Stand up. Broad chest. Ahmad down that right-hand side. Ahmad and Mbeumo were fantastic again. That's Sunderland, Burnley, and now Liverpool away, where those two have just been so dangerous on that right-hand side. And it's going to force Brighton, and whoever we play after, Spurs and Forest, they're going to need a plan for our right-hand side now, because it's starting to really connect. But this team... Sorry, I didn't mean to pull that one up again. Yes, I did. You miserable twat. This team... If you can do it at Anfield, lads, if you can concede in the 77th minute and go and win at Anfield, lads, you can do it in any game. That has to be the game that genuinely is a line in the sand, a momentum builder, whatever you want to describe it as. That's everything that we've been waiting 10 years for. And I'm delighted. And you should be too. I'm sure you are.